While the players are still receiving a deserved applause when entering the stage, less and less people get excited about the course of the match. Today the sixth game ended in a draw as well, and again rather quickly and without fireworks. In fact, the sixth day in Moscow was dominated by someone else, a former world champion. It was Garry Kasparov who visited the Tretyakov gallery to give a symbol to kids, very strong kids by the way. It went on for many hours, and the 13th world champion certainly didn't win all games, on the contrary. Kasparov also briefly assisted the commentary team on the official website today, and he gave a press conference which lasted about 50 minutes.
My first question is how you assessed both players before the beginning of the match, and how do you assess them now after almost half of the match is over?
Ну, я уже давал достаточно такую емкую, может быть, не очень дипломатичную оценку самого матча еще до его начала. В данном случае, мне кажется, это не должно звучать обидно, это некая констатация факта. По-моему, это впервые в истории розыгрыша матча на первенстве мира, когда официальный матч с законным чемпионом и законным претендентом не имеет никакого отношения к розыгрышу звания сильнейшего шахматиста планеты.
After their game, the players were confronted with this statement by Kasparov.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't really have time to think about all these aspects. I really have to get on with the match.
Ну, скажу, что я вообще-то мнение не комментирую, но мне кажется, просто Гарри Кимович хотел напомнить всем, он думает, что может кто-то забыл, что он был сильнейшим. Я хотел напомнить, поэтому это слово не прозвучало.
Kasparov also had a strong opinion about how Anand is playing these days.
Что касается Ананда, мне кажется, достаточно очевидно, что он во многом потерял тот интерес к игре, который его всегда отличал. Я даже не помню, когда Ананд последний турнир выиграл.
Then an Indian journalist expressed his disappointment about how Kasparov spoke about Anand.
I think as an Indian chess fan, you should be disappointed not with my statement, but with the state of Anand's chess.
We think there are two camps these days. One group of people thinks that chess needs to change, for example with the Sophia rule, in order to stay popular. And the other camp says that the World Championship is sacred and that one shouldn't change it. We asked where Mr. Kasparov finds himself.
I remember that when the idea was thrown to play 2 hours game, instead of 2.5. That was like a revolution, and both Karpov and myself, we were very reluctant to even to consider that. And then we were moving towards the cancellation of the adjournment games. It was very natural because of the computers, but still that was very revolutionary shift from the sort of Botvinnik type World Championship matches. And I think that certain regulations that are being imposed in some events, like the Sophia rule, they also part of this natural process of keeping up with the tension of the game. Or in the tournaments, we may talk about 3 points for a win, which I think it's a bit excessive, because then the results might be totally unbalanced. But still, the idea is gaining ground. And of course, there are most radical solutions to introduce some form of Fischer random chess, to kill the openers. I wouldn't be surprised if eventually some kind of this reform will be introduced. From my perspective, again, this 960. It's the number is too excessive. Most of these 95% of these positions are totally ridiculous from the human eye, from the eyes of the professional player. But there are still a number of positions that are quite playable, and I wouldn't mind if one position is selected for a tournament and announced in advance to give a little bit of space for preparation. But I wouldn't rush with such a dramatic change, because we know, again, looking at other events, that even the matches at the highest level can be very attractive. We just recently saw the match Kramnik-Aronian, 6 games, and it was a huge contribution to the game of chess, and it was also very exciting.
At halftime, the score is 3-3. Saturday is another rest day and also the day of the Champions League final. Will the players watch, and who do they root for?
Barcelona lost, so biggest part of motivation had gone, yeah. But probably we watch it, we'll see.
Well, Madrid got eliminated, for Boris Barca got eliminated, but I think a lot of my team members are going for Bayern.